Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bedtime Stories with Mr. Kelvin. My name's Mr. Kelvin. Yeah. Okay, so our first story this evening is going to be, let's see, I got it right here. Chicken Bedtime is Really Early. This is written by Erica S. Pearl, and the pictures are by George Bates. Now, this is a very interesting title here. Chicken Bedtime is Really Early. Sometimes we have early bedtime. Sometimes we have to go to bed sometimes when we don't really feel tired. We don't even want to go to bed. We're going to learn a little bit about that in this book. But before we get into it, Zuko's not here today, but that's all right. We have our little ducky friend. This little ducky has been like near me since I've started doing story times way back, like many years when I started before. So this ducky means a lot to me. So he's here. You ready for a story? All right, very cool. Okay, we're gonna put Ducky right here. Yes, indeed. All righty. Here we go, everybody. All right. Oh, I hope you've got everything ready. I hope you have a little teddy bear. I hope you got like a little cuddly little stuffed animal either way. I hope you have a little blanket or maybe someone that you love very much that's close to you. And we're cozy and ready to go. Hope you are. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. All right. Okay, here we go. Now, from chickens to hamsters, from rabbits to sheep, sooner or later, we all need to sleep. At 5 o'clock, chickens get ready for bed, each spotted white hen and each Rhode Island red. That's an early bedtime. 5 o'clock, that's pretty early, I'm not gonna lie. The chicks take their baths, chicken mom standing near, to make sure they wash behind each chicken ear. Now they're doing some very good things right before bed. Look, we have one who's using mouthwash, one who's flossing, one who's even brushing their teeth, and one who's getting their jammies ready. Yes, indeed. It's good to get that stuff ready before bed. There we go. Now, fluffy and dry, the chicks bounce into bed. The moms cluck good night and give pecks on the head. So, when it is 6, every chick, boy and girly, is snug in the coop. Chicken bedtime is really early. Look like everyone's ready to go to sleep. You even kind of see it's a little bit dark too. It's time to go to sleep. But let's learn about some other animals and their bedtimes. There we go. At 7, it's time for the cows and the sheep to call their young into the barn for some sleep. The lambs and the calves are all running and playing, not listening to what their mamas are saying. Now, when it's time for bedtime, you gotta listen to your parent or guardian, so your mama, your daddy, your grandparents, either one. You gotta listen. These are our mamas right over here, calling them, and they're just running around. Make sure you listen when it's time for bedtime, okay? Here we go. 1 minute, the barn door is swung open wide. Next minute, it's closed with the mamas inside. The lambs call, "Bah, wait!" The calves call, "Mom, moo!" The farmer, he laughs and invites them in too. That's fun and funny. The mamas were like, "Oh, well, I guess we're going to go to bed alone and stuff," but they were scared they're going to be left behind. But thankfully, the farmer was oh so kind to let the little ones in too. Oh, a little bit later this time. At 8, it is time for the bunnies to stop. They're chewing and chomping and hop, hop, hop. It's time for each one of the bun dads and mommies to put their young rabbits in footy pajamas. Very nice. Well, this one is hopping over a little turtle right here. You see that? Yeah, very nice. Very cool. Now over here, these are adorable. These are pajamas with little feet. Do you have footy pajamas? I never did growing up, but I think they're cute. Then, into the rabbit hole, into the pile. "Who kicked me?" says one with a mischievous smile. A story, the young bunnies roar. And just as it ends, all the bunnies beg, more, more, although they've all heard it 18 times before. Now, I can definitely say my dad, when I was younger, like your age and or even younger, he would read A Fly Went By to me, and he would read that book over and over again. But there's just something about how he read it that I always loved. So he would read it to me a bunch of times. So it's okay to have multiple stories. But that was 8 o'clock. You know, it's after 8. 9 o'clock. Fishes are ending their day. Each eel, every minnow, each snapper, and each ray. Look at all of our different sea creatures here. We got our eel, our ray, a little minnow. Those that have teeth, well, they give them a brush. Those that do not, well, they gargle and such. Again, very good bedtime habits, this right here. Making sure our teeth are nice and clean. And even if you do have teeth, consider gargling. It's important. And kind of fun. Like, you can make bubble. Anyway, yes. Then some of the little fish sons and fish daughters ask, why can't I have just one more glass of water? The fish dads are stern. No more carping, I said. You've got school in the morning. Come on, off to bed. That's right. And look, they're sleeping in some, it looks like coral. They are sleeping in some coral. That's right. And I think that's very cute because a group of fish are called school. So it's called a school. So school in the morning is cute. So we had 9 o'clock. Let's go after 9 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, it is time for the frogs to take 5 and rest from the concert that they perform live. The croaking and singing of songs so inspired results in a pond full of frogs who are tired. Now look at this band right here. Look at this band. We've got a bunch of different instruments. We've got a clarinet. We've got a banjo. We've got someone singing. We've got a saxophone, and we've got a bass. That's right, or maybe a cello. There we go. So frog moms and pops get the tadpoles all fed and settle them into their lily pad beds. Then, in the soft, shimmering light of the moon, an old bullfrog belts out one last froggy tune. Boy, I bet this bullfrog right here has quite the voice. Yes, indeed. They're all getting ready to sleep, just like you. But 10 o'clock is pretty late. That might be later than y'all. Here we go. What's after 10? 11's the time when hamsters take a rest. But at 12, that's right, midnight, at midnight, they're back up at their hamstery best. Refreshed from their nap, all the hamsters now feel like taking a brisk midnight jog on the wheel. Now, wait a minute. They went to bed at 11 o'clock and then they woke up again at midnight? Hamsters keep very strange hours. Now, 1 o'clock isn't a bedtime, you see, nor for that matter is 2 or is 3. So, um, my bedtime sometimes changes, and sometimes 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 is my bedtime. Parents and guardians, with me? Okay, all right, very cool. At those times, most creatures are fast asleep, except for the hamsters. What hours they must keep. Look at all these little sleeping animals. Look at all of them. Except the hamsters. They are most certainly awake. That's right. Very nice. Very good. All right. At 4 in the morning, the rooster he rises, does push-ups and curl-ups with weights of all sizes. He climbs up the fence post and crows at the sun, announcing to all that the day is begun. Does anyone remember what a rooster sounds like? Cock-a-doodle-doo! That's right. That wakes up everybody. Here we go. The chicks all get up at the break of dawn. They wake up their mothers who grumble and yawn. The cows will soon get up and call, "Morning, moo!" The bunnies will wake up and hop to it too. Later, the sheep, the frogs, and the fishes. The earlier the bedtime, the earlier you rise. That's right. So that's why the chickens started first. And then everyone that came after begins to wake up too. Oh, and of course, you. But wait, who's asleep now? Oh, you'll never guess who. You see who's sleeping? That's right, it's the hamsters again. And that is the end of our first story. Chicken bedtime is really early. Good job listening, everybody. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my second book. And I'll see you soon, okay? Bye bye. Alrighty, welcome back. Now, let me check on the ducky. How you doing, ducky? You ready for bed? You getting sleepy? Usually Zuko's kind of sleepy by this time. You're not sleepy? Well, at least you want to wave hi. Hi, everyone. That's right, that's right. Good job, little ducky. Okay, so you're ready for a second story? Then you're ready for bed? Ducky? Okay, very good. All right, let me put you back over here. All right, very good. Boop. So, our second story this evening is called Sweet Dreams. And this is by Rose A. Lewis, and the pictures are by Jen Chorus. Jen Chorus. That's right. Now, on this cover, we do see a lot of stuff going on here. We see a little girl sleeping in a bed, but it almost looks like it's outside. Look what's underneath the bed. You have a deer. That's right, we have a deer right over here. And we have a cat, I believe. Yes, we have a cat. And then over here we have, ooh, a bird in a tree. But look on this side up here, a moon. That's right, with a little face. So let's find out about our sweet dreams. I like this beginning shot here. It's very nice. We have the mom carrying up the little one up the steps. That's right. She looks pretty tired. Good night, my precious child. May your dreams be long and sweet, and full of great adventures with the friends you're soon to meet. Oh, look, she's doing all little pajamas. That's right. Getting ready for bed. Oh, the little stuffed tiger in the bed, too. That's very nice. Now, up in the sky is Mr. Moon, who'll watch you through the night. His very round and smiling face shines beautiful and bright. Nighttime says a quick sleep tight to the fading morning glories, then wakes up all the moonflowers and listens to their stories. These are beautiful moonflowers. Beautiful moonflowers. And then Mr. Moon right up here at the top. That's right. Hello, Mr. Moon. Like the one about the baby bear, simply much too tired to eat, who made the moonflower's petals a pillow for his feet. Look at our little bear using the petals as his little feet. And he's so tired he couldn't eat the little fish he's got in his hand. That's right. And the very teeny, tiny mouse, soaking wet from a big puddle, curled up under the moonflower's vines, just waiting for a cuddle. Oh, you see our little mouse, he's kind of shivering from that big old puddle. But Mama Mouse is there to try to keep him warm. Here we go. Then there are baby birds, comforting each other. They're sitting in their nest, alone, and waiting for their mother. At least they're together. At least they get to keep each other warm. I think one of them is kind of tired. One's kind of sleepy. Look at that one. The other ones look wide awake. That's right. And there's a little moon up there. That's right. Ooh, do you know what type of bird that is? That is what we call an owl. She's gone to fetch some dinner, but will return home very soon, flying through the nighttime sky with the help, of course, of Mr. Moon. Oh, do you see what's inside the mouth of the owl for food? That's right, it's a lizard. That's right, the circle of life. The butterflies have gone to sleep, their wings no longer flapping, making room for the nighttime moths, their soft gray wings now tapping. And these are beautiful right here. These are what we call monarch butterflies. Monarch butterflies. And we over here, we have the moths. The moths are very similar to butterflies, but they're a little bit different. They're a little bit different. They really like the nighttime. And from the field, a symphony. The crickets sing their song, their nighttime friends, their audience, from moonrise until dawn. Look at all these crickets. Crickets make sounds with their legs. That's right, with their legs. That's right. Sometimes crickets can be green, sometimes crickets can be black. The black ones are a little odd, but I used to grow up seeing a lot of crickets growing up. You see, my precious child, not all friends sleep at night. Some come alive in darkness. They have no need for light. Oh, let's take a look at these animals here. Okay, got some possums, got some foxes. Ooh, even a little turtle right here. Yeah, got a frog. Ooh, some raccoons right here. A raccoon, yep. I think we have a badger right here. We have a skunk. Ooh, hold your nose. And there's our mouse again. That's right. Good job looking at all those animals. Ah, yes. But when the night time passes and Mr. Moon nods off to sleep, say good morning to Miss Sunshine and the company that she keeps. Let's all say good night to Mr. Moon. Good night, Mr. Moon. And then we have good morning, Miss Sunshine. You'll be seeing her very soon after you sleep. There are daisies that are dancing to the sounds of singing robins, and the ducks all gathered on the pond with their little heads a-bobbing. That's right. You see those beautiful, beautiful birds there? We have our robins first, then over here with our ducks and our swans. That's right. I think that's a swan. I hope that's a swan. Gotta work on my biology. There are beautiful red roses shaking off the morning dew. You see, they're all quite busy making a new day just for you. Look at all those beautiful animals here. We've got some deer. We got some deer right here. That's right. Some bunnies. That's right. We see the butterflies again, but also over here, we've got ourselves a little mole. You see that? A mole. They live underground. They've got great noses, but they can't see very well. So, let me say goodnight again with a kiss upon your head as you're drifting off to dreamland, warm and snuggled in your bed. I hope that you're able to have a nice, warm, snuggly time too. Good night, my precious child. May your dreams be long and sweet, and full of great adventures with the friends you're soon to meet. And that is the end of our story. Good job listening again. And I hope you're ready for bed. Are you ready for bed, little ducky? Okay, come on. Very nice. Okay. Now, I hope you got your blanket, your sheet, your stuffed animals. And we're going to go ahead and say our goodbye song, okay? All right? So long, farewell, goodbye. So long, farewell, adios. So long, farewell, adieu. Hand on your heart or your chest. It was so fun to spend time with you. And I hope you have a good rest of your night. Rest well, sweet dreams, and we'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.